This is That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Darth Andy.
Welcome, welcome. We're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. Please do not blind me or yourself with that thing.
I say Darth Andy because I am now the proud owner of this very fancy looking
flashlight. This very fancy flashlight.
This Ultra Saber. That was gifted to me by Scotty Anarchy of Tax Collectors and Harlots fame.
It's pretty cool.
It's nice.
It's pretty cool.
I've always wanted a legit lightsaber.
And now you have one.
And now I've got one.
Now you have one.
I'm a Sith.
You've blinded so many of us so many times.
And cut my own limbs off.
Yeah. But that's the that's the risk you run.
He's a guy.
He's a pal.
Yeah.
He's a real buddy. So yeah, we're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. I don't remember if I said that, but here we are. How you doing?
I'm okay. I just ate a lot and
you're sick.
I'm sick again.
You're sicky poo.
Me, who always talks about never getting sick except maybe once a year.
Yeah.
I've been sick 3 times in the last 5 months.
But this is the one time of this year.
Hopefully the first and the last.
Calendar year.
That would be wonderful.
Cheers to hoping. I miss kissing your face because I can't do that while you're sick.
I miss kissing my face too, but I've got this sweet bottle of NyQuil Severe Cold and Flu. We are not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
But maybe we should be. I love this stuff. I
don't want to be sponsored by NyQuil. This isn't high school.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. I think a lot of people drank NyQuil in high school.
You know, my brother used to mess around with, like, funfetti.
Funfetti?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's that, what's it called? It's that, like, aftermarket cake frosting that you can buy.
Well, that's different from, like, sucking down tussin or something.
No, our old bass player used to do that. No, I was cleaning out John's old closet in our parents' house, and because he had a bin full of like old Star Wars toys and magic cards and whatnot, and then like buried deep in the bottom was just this half-eaten container of cake frosting from God knows how many years ago.
I mean, my cousin used to come over to our house, go immediately to the cupboard, and just pick out like the jar of sprinkles and sit in front of the TV and just eat sprinkles, which is fine.
That sounds like being a dick.
No.
Because that means there's no sprinkles left for anybody else. And on that, let's get to the rules.
We do have 3 rules for the sake of civility, right? And we went over them hard last episode.
We sure
did. So we're going to put a little bit of...
You did say that we're putting the cap on that. And as much as I'd love to just follow up on the bits and bobs of last week, we're putting it to bed. And we're moving forward.
But I am going to emphasize the rules because they are important. Not just for civility. These are life lessons.
They sure are.
These are life lessons.
They apply to us in and outside of the podcast.
And I'd like them to apply to other people going forward. So listen up, world. Okay? No judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick. But if you find yourself being a dick to someone, stop it.
What are you going to do for those people who think like you do and are just like, you can't tell me what to do?
Then those people are obvious assholes.
Dicks. Let's be clear. Dicks.
Well, if they don't want to be a dick, then they's an asshole.
D-I-C-K.
Yeah. S. Well, there are the rules. What you want to talk about?
Oh, what do I want to talk about? What were we just talking about when I said, let's record?
I told you I bought shoes.
You bought shoes. Well, first of all, how was your birthday?
My birthday was grand.
You bought these said shoes because it was your gift to
Yes, it was a gift to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this little joke that I said, don't make fun of me. But, I think that most of our listenership knows at this point that I have a mild to moderate problem with shoes.
Why is it a problem now?
I'm a functioning shoe person.
Are you? Are you really any different from anybody else that does the same thing?
That buys a lot of shoes? The only shoe people that I distinguish myself from are the
old lady?
No, are the sneakerheads. Okay, because that's like a whole different animal.
You're right. That's
really a whole different animal. I like shoes.
Like shoes.
Like shoes.
$300
yes.
shoes.
Oh my God, shoes. Like, that's me.
I love you.
Okay? But your birthday is tomorrow.
At the time of recording, yes.
Yeah!
It is tomorrow.
You're about to be 37.
37?
Welcome to your late 30s, baby. Yeah.
Is it late or is it still mid?
No, to me, okay, so you've got...
I would think mathematically speaking, 37 and a half would qualify as late.
Okay, so while I would agree with you, the way I see it is this way.
Like, come August, I'm definitely late.
Let
30s.
me finish, man. Okay, so you have... Let's take the decade of your 30s, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You turn 30. Whee! Confetti, congratulations. Okay?
On February 5th, 2018.
So now, from 31, 32, and 33, you're in your early 30s. Okay? Now, 34, 35, and 36, those are your mid-30s.
Mm-hmm.
37, 38, and 39 are in your late 30s.
40,
and then, ba-boom, you hit 40. Okay?
By that logic, I can...
Because you've got, aside from the milestones of those 0 ages, right? The decade markers, you've got 9 years in between. You break them into early, mid, and late, 3 years each.
The markers that designate the only time you'll actually get a fair amount of wings if TK's was still doing birthday wings.
So you're gonna be, you are going from your late mid 30s to your early late 30s, and this is why I tell you to take that thing seriously. As you knock a fucking picture frame.
It's still there.
Your damn lightsaber.
It's still there. It's still there. Well, we need a playroom.
So I said, I bought myself shoes. Don't make fun of me.
But I don't...
And you immediately said, we need to record.
Now, that does not constitute making fun of.
No, I didn't suggest that was,
okay.
But I am curious about, because obviously you have something to say.
I always have something to say,
well,
baby.
What do you want to say, baby? Say it.
Well, first of all, there's a possum on top of your side of the bed.
Yes, because you told me that I was supposed to hug it, and I wanted to make sure that you saw that he was in my regular rotation.
You know, this morning when I was getting ready for work, I was looking in his usual spot and I didn't see him. I'm like, did he just get up and walk off?
I have to make sure that he's somewhere safe from the dog.
Because he's got
plastic
eyes,
yeah. And she will kill it.
He does look, he looks like he goes along well with everybody else that's up there.
I think so.
So anyway.
Me.
In telling me about this shoe purchase,
yeah,
seemed a little... I don't know if uneasy is the right word, or...
I wasn't uneasy.
Felt like you were going to be judged?
Maybe not judged per se, but like, I mean, you asked me, for example, for Christmas and my birthday, you said, what do you want? And I said, I don't really want anything. There's nothing that I want
nothing
for
you
these
could think
occasions.
Of at the moment.
Nothing that I could think of that I really wanted. And you kept asking me, and I remember saying, I don't know, you can always get me shoes. And you were adamant when you said, I'm not buying you shoes.
In that instance, and I remember what night you're talking about, I had already bought you all the things I was going to get you anyway.
That's fine.
So if we had this conversation like anywhere from like late October to early December,
yeah,
I would have grabbed you a pair of nice shoes.
But you followed up my shoe statement with,
where this is going.
What did you say? You said, you have any idea how many guitars are in this house right now? Yeah.
Now, after so many years of, thinking to myself like, all right, she's got so many pairs that she doesn't wear on a regular basis. Now, granted, a lot of them are heels, and I know you can't wear heels at work.
I can't wear heels to work. I can't wear open toes to work.
I know that,
I can't wear backless to work.
Given your condition, it's not always comfortable to be in those kinds of shoes.
True. Although my cane makes it much easier now.
Because you're a pimp?
That you're a pimp? Now that I'm a pimp.
Now that you're Huggy Bear?
It's much easier to actually wear a lot of my shoes when we go out.
You got to start wearing your wide brim hat when you wear that coat now. Just walk around like Kramer.
I have so many. I've got my wide brim. I've got my I got my fedoras and I got my top hat. And
and I really like are just bringing back the 70s in this house. Like, I've got my wide leg jeans now, which I fucking listen. I don't care what anybody says; those are fucking comfortable. And
your wide leg or your flare leg?
Isn't it the same thing?
No, God no. What?
All right, fine. Flare leg. I don't know.
No, my Janko jeans are wide leg.
Well, did I give you a pair of my Jankos?
You did actually. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Again, I don't know fashion. I just know what's comfortable. I know what I like. But anyway, I have since gotten over the fact that you have a closet full of shoes that you don't regularly wear.
Yeah.
Because I have a house full of guitars that I seldom play.
That's true.
Now, I am a big proponent, whatever the word, of I don't like having things that I don't regularly use.
Right.
So a lot of times when I'm looking around the house and seeing things that I'm not making use of or getting use out of, I do a purge, just like I do them on social media. Like if there's people I'm not talking to or whatever, I start deleting, just like I start selling off gear.
I understand.
You know? So after enough time spent looking at things and being like, I really don't play that all that much. But what gets me to hang on to what I have is probably the same reason you still have all your shoes. Like you just recently started putting a bag together of donations for stuff that you don't wear anymore.
Yes. Spring cleaning.
A lot of the guitars still in my possession are sentimental and or usable.
Right.
As Steve Vai once put it. Because he's got like 200 something guitars. Now I will never have 200. But, you know, in the house right now, there's like, between the two of us, at least 20 guitars.
Probably, yeah. Easily.
Now, in that closet, how many pairs of shoes do you have?
Just in the closet?
Yeah, just in the closet.
Visible in the closet?
No, just in the closet total.
Oh, I'm going to say, well, there's a dozen pair on top of that trunk. And then there's probably...
Like an actual dozen?
Yeah.
Okay.
A dozen pairs on top of that trunk. No. There's 10 to 12 pairs on top of the trunk. And then there's probably another... Oh, boy. Another dozen or so around the trunk. And I don't know how many are in the trunk. Right, and that's just in the closet.
Off the bat, you've got me beat.
There's also the ones under my dresser. And the ones downstairs. Yeah.
The ones that go from the closet up here to in front of the door downstairs that don't make their way back up here.
Until the season changes.
Right. And dare I ask, how many pairs of shoes have you A, outgrown, or B, like, gotten rid of?
I haven't outgrown a pair of shoes since middle school.
But the reason I ask is because this is a frequent topic of discussion amongst, guitar enthusiasts, is how many in my lifetime that I've had, because I've got the list pinned to the corkboard downstairs.
So when I bought my condo, right before you and I got together, I bought my condo in 2010, and I moved in. The hall closet, there were 2 large closets in the hallway, okay?
Yeah, I remember that.
And I refitted one with shelves so that my shoes would have their own room, essentially. And I believe that my count at that time was somewhere between 55 and 60 pairs of shoes.
Pardon me while I go throw up.
That's how many pairs of shoes I had when I moved in. Now, I did get rid of many of them over the decade that I lived there. And then I did another purge when I moved in here.
See, you still...
So you're talking like maybe at this point we'll go with 40 pairs of shoes in this house right now.
Okay, you still have me doubled.
Yeah, I do. But my shoes don't take up as much room as your guitars do.
No, they take up more. You have double the amount. Listen, a whole bunch of mine are relegated to the closet that we used to put the linens in.
And thank goodness that the closet fits them perfectly.
And there are some under this bed.
Under the bed. And you have them hanging up downstairs. And you have them lining the walls of the dining room.
Years ago, they used to be lining the inside of our closet.
And one day, we will give them their own room again.
But again, I don't like watching them sit around not being used. And so every so often, I try to pull one off the wall and play with it for a little bit. I did at one point want to start taking a different one out every night when we were playing, but then,
You don't see, every once in a while, I grab a pair of shoes and I just put it on when I'm home.
For real?
Yeah.
You mean when I'm not here?
Yeah. Like, I have a pair of shoes under the dresser right now that when I bought them, first of all, again, don't make fun, but
I didn't make fun in the first place.
Literally this exact same pair of shoes I have in flats and in boots. It's the same style of shoe, but I had to get it in 2 separate formats because you want to experience different things. And I haven't really been able to wear them very much because, one, I probably could wear them to work, but with the amount of moving around that I've been doing lately and everything, it's like, I don't want to be stuck with them when they start to feel uncomfortable.
Do you hear the defensiveness, the defensive tone in your voice?
Because I have been conditioned. You talk about conditioning. I have been conditioned to have to defend myself because I have been accused of being an addict. I have been accused of being like ridiculous and irresponsible and, just out of control with my spending and everything. And I'm like, no, man, I got a lot of these on a really good deal. That's why I have so many of them.
I have gotten crap from people over the years about the turnover rate with my guitars.
Yeah.
Because you've been with me long enough now to see how frequently I'll buy one, I'll sell it maybe right away, I'll go get something else, I'll trade that for another one, and then just it keeps rolling over and over and over again. And it would appear to some people that like I'm never satisfied. Now, I am absolutely satisfied at certain times because there are guitars that I've never gotten rid of and would never get rid of. I mean, you certainly know the guitars in this house that are never leaving this house.
Right.
And those are traditionally for sentimental reasons.
Yes.
Ones that were gifted to me, ones that were, half I paid for, half gifted to me sort of deals. Ones that were not necessarily bequeathed. Well, yeah, no, the ones from... I can't use the word bequeath because I kind of just inherited all John's when he passed.
Yeah.
But there were ones that were gifted to me by people that are no longer with us. I can't get rid of. There was one that John gave me as a graduation gift. It was I think collectively from him and Mike for my college graduation. And I was really worried about money when before Henry was born. So I started selling off everything.
Yeah.
That was one of them. And I kicked myself, but you were with me when I tracked it down.
You tracked it down.
It took,
and you left Sadie and I in the car for over an hour.
And now that proudly hangs in the living room.
Now there are, I want to say I don't have a sentimental attachment to a lot of my shoes.
That's it. Start loading them out. No.
I don't have a lot of sentimental attachment to them. There are certain pairs that, like the shoes that I wore for our wedding. Like, I can wear those on any other occasion, but like, I will never even if I never wear them again, I will never get rid of them because we got married in those shoes.
We got married while you were in those shoes. I will never fit in those shoes.
But you like them.
I do.
Yeah, they're nice. And I can tell you right now, there's 2 pairs of high heels, platform high heels, in that trunk in the closet that I have not worn in at least 15, 20 years.
Wow.
Those, however, I will not get rid of because they are, prepare yourself, the first heels I ever owned.
That's understandable.
I bought those from Hot Topic in 1998.
Wow.
I will never get rid of those shoes.
Now,
and one of them is actually one pair is in fact too big for me.
Here's the $64,000 question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that this topic is a point of contention for a lot of couples?
How so?
Do you think that this is like I feel like this episode falls into place with like talking about frivolity,
Yeah. So
And
like on a sense of like a spending kind of issue.
well, I mean, it's not like I haven't been reckless when it comes to, guitar purchases or whatnot. But like, you know, I've had arguments with friends, I've had arguments with exes about, not even just the guitars, but like my collecting habits.
Yeah.
And as you've stated, you've been conditioned by people to think that,
It's the same thing also with me when you look at all of my craft stuff, like all of my glass jars and my candles and my crystals and my shelves of herbs and everything like that. Like, if a giant box comes in from Etsy one of these days, it's like, what's that? Well, that's just more of the same stuff that I have, but I want it and I need it and I use it and I'm spending my own money on it. And I'm not using the money that I would spend on bills or anything like that.
Let's make it perfectly clear for our listeners. We have yours, mine, and our money.
Yes.
There will always be your money, my money, and our money. There will never just be our money.
And I understand couples that are like, well, that's not the case, but it's just like, no. Like you and I are good with the situation as is, and we don't need to change it. We're working towards goals together, but we also use the money that we work for independently to entertain ourselves and to keep ourselves happy.
I will never understand the people that think that there shouldn't be yours and my money, that it should only be ours.
I know more people who actually think the opposite way, who would prefer, even in marriage, to keep all of the money separate.
Now, I've been in relationships where there's been all three.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure that you and I are the only ones where we have all three.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Because, thinking back, there would never have been a time where I wouldn't have had my money. Like, we've had the discussion about the guitar downstairs that you really like.
Yeah.
Okay? And that was, before I started, that was my first Chase guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In 2013, I had to have that model because I saw one once, I played it, I loved it, and I chased and I saved up money for it, and I found it, and then I was told, how could you possibly do that? We got rent, we got this, that, and the other thing, and I go,
that shit's paid.
This is out of my money, not our money. This is out of my money, and I got to look like, you're not supposed to have your money. This is
nice try.
Yeah. But that's why I ask, do you think this is a point of contention? Because I'm trying to tie together several of our episodes.
Yeah.
Because if you think back to last week, we were saying that there needs to be more of like a jumping off point for friends, couples, what have you, to kind of have these conversations that you and I are having in when we do the podcast. And what we talked a lot about last week was the fact that out of fear of confrontation,
and reprisal,
that people refrain from saying what's on their mind,
and it hinders their honesty with one another, and especially in a couple, and not only just in couples. And I've said this to you on numerous occasions, the idea of, and now I haven't said it with relations to money and everything, I said it mostly in relations to bodily functions, is that there are, let's be honest here, okay, is that there are, if you are in a relationship that is bound to be forever, what are you doing? What kind of service do you believe you are doing your relationship by somehow and for some reason keeping things that occur naturally to your body to yourself? It's like the idea of oh, well, they've never seen me drunk. Why? Does that imply that you never get drunk, or you just keep it hidden from them so that they don't think something of you? It's like that, a relationship like that, to me, is doomed.
Well, you and I frequently have to remind each other that we are not so-and-so. We are not, this ex of yours, or this person in your, your past life or whatever.
And I've told you, with a giant smile on my face, that you are the only man that I've ever been with that I have no shame in front of. Zero shame. I am an adult.
Mm-hmm.
I am a grown-ass woman. I have a lot of GI issues.
Hold that thought. I'm about to have a upper respiratory.
You want to mute your mic?
No.
You really are sick, aren't you?
I wonder how that's going to come out.
Gross. Well, it definitely clipped. I can tell you that. But yeah, no, like there are things that like, you know, I feel like this is one of the ways that I know you and I are, this relationship is actually as perfect gets.
Let's just be blunt. We fart in front of each other.
All the time. We poop with the door open.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. We have a level of honesty with one another that is absolutely shameless. And not just with regards to that. Like if one of us wants to do something that costs money and everything, like we don't hide it from the other one. If we want to, you know, do something, separate.
I still feel a little guilty every now and then, just because I've been conditioned.
Is fine,
like
when I brought, but like you aren't hiding anything.
Like when I brought home, even when I was just looking at it online, when I brought home the last guitar. Even before that, when I brought home the Zakk Wylde one, like and you know, like in the back of my mind, I still have a hard time justifying those purchases myself because they're so much further above what I would normally spend. But these are, to me, are once in a lifetime. Yes. You know, they're not just purchases. They're memories, they're experiences, they're things that I am going to hold on to. And to the point where if I should ever have to sell these things, it's going to be really hard.
Now, here's the thing, you know, with regards to, for example, the Zakk Wylde, right? You had asked me, did I want to go to that show with you?
I kind of wanted you to.
I know, but I really didn't want to. It was a wash on me, and considering that you have had previous experience taking people to shows who have been miserable.
Yeah.
The last thing I wanted to do was to have to sit there and be like, when is it over? Because you don't deserve to have your experience ruined by my distaste for whatever's going on. I don't think that that's fair. So I really appreciate that. Baby, you go right ahead. You enjoy yourself. And I love you, and be safe.
Just for context, I've had people fall asleep on me. I've
had people fall asleep on me. Looking right at you.
At what show?
I'm not at concerts, babe. At every movie, and including the Bronx Tale Live that you bought the tickets for.
What do you want from me? Listen,
it's funny.
In my defense, though, I have cut out nicotine. I've cut out caffeine. Like
what, for me?
No, for my health.
And it's caused you to fall asleep?
I don't have stimulants in my life anymore.
Fine.
I don't.
You got me. That's enough.
You know, sometimes I wonder if I should like start looking into those nicotine pouches that I see people.
No, God, please don't.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I'm just saying that like my body has undergone a lot of odd changes since, you know, again, I'm giving up all these things for the sake of living longer because you want me to live 100 years.
I'd like you to live another 100 years. I'd appreciate it. But again, you went and everything, and when you texted me that you were gonna have this experience and that you were gonna get this guitar,
I was fucking giddy.
I gotta tell you something. I was excited for you, but before you even said anything, I already knew how much that cost. Because friends of mine had already had that experience.
Really?
Yes, and had told me all about it. And I was like, oh, dear God. I'm like, so when you came home with that guitar, my brain said, I'm really glad he's happy, but I hope that he really plans on keeping that for the rest of his life.
That was 2 years ago yesterday.
It was.
It was.
Yeah.
Because I said to him, I'm like, you know, this would have been my mother's birthday. And I'm spending it now hanging out with you, and he was such a nice guy. He was so much fun.
That to me makes it all the more worth it. Is that you got this once in a lifetime opportunity to, you know, have this one-on-one experience with the dude, and you know, you have this memorabilia to come home with and everything like that. And that to me, like seeing how giddy it made you was just the frosting on a cupcake for me.
I love, like, again, we're tying in so many episodes. Like we did the celebrity episode, and it's just like all of our celebrity encounters just in the time that we've been together have made me so comfortable being excited and giddy, because it's just like, these are things I never thought I would ever get to do. People I thought I never thought I'd get to meet. And I have these memories now to look back and I'd be like, oh man, I can't wait. I don't know what I would do if I could do this all the time.
Now, like, I'm sorry, I don't mean
go. Please stop.
My question.
We're getting off topic.
My question for you, to bring it back around though.
To shoes.
To shoes. What would your reaction be if I ever came home with a pair of shoes, let's say, and told you, I'm not going to tell you how much these cost? Like,
have you done that yet?
No, I haven't, because I have not, in the time that we've been together, I haven't gotten really extravagant with my purchases. I've made the purchases because I've gotten such a good deal on it. That's why there are so many of them.
I mean, I think,
but like, I know how much, I know about, right, how much you have spent on a couple of pieces, on the Rick and everything, you know, like, I know how much you have spent, without you telling me. You know, I have a nice ballpark in my mind, and never once have I been like, oh God, I can't believe he's doing this. Like, no, I talked you into buying that motorcycle. Okay? Like, we're here for a short time, and we're going to fucking enjoy it. All right? But what would, hypothetically, and I know you don't like hypotheticals, but hypothetically, what would your reaction be if I came home with a purchase,
an extravagant purchase?
An extravagant purchase. And I told you, listen, I'm not going to tell you how much it cost.
I have no right to judge or to criticize.
But what would your reaction be?
I'd probably need to step outside for a minute. Yeah. Depending on, you know, because again, like, first of all, I don't foresee you spending more on a pair of shoes than I do on a guitar.
Nah.
So right off the bat, I can't say anything. I'm sure there are guys out there that, should this happen to them, they'll lose their shit. Or, you know, they'll go and they'll make an extravagant purchase of their own to, you know, level the playing field. I can certainly imagine what people I know might say or do in these situations. But again, you have yours, I have mine, and we have ours.
Yes.
And speaking only for myself, the purchases that I make are not just purchases, but they are, as I like to refer to, as investments. Mm-hmm. If necessary, they can be sold and profited off of.
Yeah.
And that's under an extreme circumstance. That's something I've tried to get people to understand as long as I've been doing this. Mm-hmm. Like, from the very first time, from that first guitar back in 2013, where I started profiting off that one. And everybody looked at me funny because, why would you do this? You wanted this for so long. I know, but one hand washed the other. And over time, it afforded me just a little bit more and a little bit more of an opportunity to indulge in greater things.
Now, I'm not stupid. I'm not a dumb person.
I'm not insinuating you are.
No. But I know that as much as I could sell a pair of shoes, I'm certainly not going to make a profit off of it, because shoes lose their value as soon as you fucking wear them.
Well, unless they're worn by you.
Well, you know, we'll save that for Miss when my real when my celebrity status really takes off, right? But like, I could sell shoes and everything. I could donate shoes, and I have donated quite a lot of shoes over the last 3 years.
I just donated a drum set.
This you did. There are certain things that I own, particularly shoes, that I don't want to get rid of. Even ones that I don't wear a whole lot anymore. And the reason why I don't wear them necessarily is because they're busted, they're beaten up, they're, sort of like the leather's breaking, and like they're really on their last legs kind of a thing. I've got some that just the heels are just hollow at this point. Like, I mean, and they're so loud I can't wear them anymore. They're falling apart.
There used to be a great cobbler in Newtown on 25.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I don't want to get rid of them because I love them so much. They were my go-tos, and I love them so much and have worn them so frequently in the last 15 years. Shoes that I've hung on to because I love them that much. But I can't get rid of them until I find something comparably identical.
Do you know how my first guitar is hanging in our bathroom downstairs?
Yes.
Can you guess when the last time I actually played it was?
The one in the bathroom?
The red one in the bathroom.
I don't know, middle school?
It's been at least 20 years.
Yeah, I would think so.
It's been around, it's probably about 20 years since that guitar was actually functioning. And then even then, it was a stretch because I did some unspeakable things in my youth.
But you're hanging on to it for sentimentality.
I'm amazed that I had the presence of mind to keep it at all.
Yeah.
To be like, because I say to you all the time, like, I know me and I know what I would say or do in certain scenarios and whatnot. I had the foresight to hold on to empty Pokemon card cellophane.
Yeah.
Like, I opened up a shoebox one day and I see these two empty pieces of like cellophane wrapping from the first set, and they still had $2.49 price tags on them.
From Caldor.
No, Cave Comics. Because I knew one day, even at 11 years old, I'm like, one day I'm going to want to stumble across these, look at them, and remember that I did this. Same thing with the guitar. I held onto that guitar despite missing pieces, despite the neck being broken, despite it having stickers and writing and everything all over it. It's completely non-functional. Like, if I really wanted to put the energy into restoring it, I could.
Yeah.
But it's just an art piece at this point. But I had the foresight to know I'm always going to want to look at this and remember that it was my first guitar.
Yeah.
It's what got me started. It's the guitar I learned how to play King of the Hill on. First song I ever learned. I don't know why. I didn't like the show all that much, but anyway. Tell that to Kathy and Jimmy. Fucking, I've got a lawyer for you. I could never give you a hard time. I could never try and make you feel bad about having such a large collection or holding on to such old pieces. First of all, I'm your husband. I've told you a million times, I don't make fun of you.
Yeah.
I don't play devil's advocate with you. I don't criticize you. I don't judge you. No, don't give me that look.
Okay.
None of those things.
Okay.
I don't know who you're confusing me with, but it would never be my objective. We were talking a couple of days ago about a future episode that we may do, and you had said something to the effect of you didn't want it to be like a gotcha moment when I'm giving you information about the topic.
Yeah.
You didn't want me to make you look foolish or whatever it was. There's nothing in it for me. Not even just for you. Like, that's not the kind of person that I am.
Okay.
I don't care what anybody says. I don't go out of my way, even to people I don't like, even people I'm not friendly with. Like, I get no pleasure out of making other people feel bad or look foolish.
I get you.
That's not how I'm built. That's not how anyone in my family, I don't think, is built. And to anyone that engages in that, I think they need therapy.
I have a pair of boots in that closet right now that are so uncomfortable to walk in. They're so uncomfortable to walk in. They have like a 1/2-inch platform on the toe, and they have this 4-inch spike heel, and they are just so uncomfortable to walk in because of the steepness and everything. But they're tight on the calf, you know, and I can't bring myself to get rid of them because they're my straitjacket boots. I've always called them that because they look like the little straitjackets on my legs. And I think they're sexy and I love having them. And I used to wear them. I would wear them to the bar all the time, and I would walk from my car to the bar, sit down, and stay there. Like, and I would not walk unless I had to, till the end of the night when no one was watching and I could stumble all I wanted. But if I were ever to find a good home for them, it's like fostering an animal. Like, they will be mine until I find a good home for them. And I know a couple of people who understand that. Samantha, you know, has given me a couple pieces of clothing and everything because she's a clothes horse and she's, you know, she loves fashion and design and everything like that. And she has given me a bunch of stuff over the years because she wants to see it go to a good home. And I feel that way about these shoes, that if I were to encounter someone with randomly small feet like I have, who will give them a good home, I think I would be able to let go of a lot of them because I'm not an addict. I don't have a problem.
You sure you won't, like, then, you know, set out to chase them like I do with guitars that I've sold?
I don't think I would. I might seek out, I might hunt down a replacement for them.
Oh, God.
Like, I've got this one pair of boots that are like, it won't mean anything to you, but it might mean something to someone out there. They're like knockoff Fry boots, and I've always wanted a pair of Fry boots. Hint, hint. But
jotting this down right now.
But they're expensive and everything like that, and you know, it's all this. So I found this pair of knockoffs, and they became my fucking favorite boots. I wore them everywhere. They're wedges, so they're easy to, and you know, they're comfortable and everything like that. They're about 4 inches tall, and they're just this dark brown micro suede, and they're just so cute and so comfortable. And I used to wear them everywhere. And sure enough, over time, they have lost some of their luster, like an old horse. They've just lost some of their luster. And I don't really wear them anymore because they're pretty busted. But I don't think I could get rid of them until I found a suitable replacement for them.
Well, there's always room for a replacement in this house. No, I wasn't talking about you. I'm just saying, like, there's always going to be a time where, you know, shoes will be coming into this house.
You've asked, do I think that this is a point of contention with couples? I don't think that it's just a money issue. I think it's also a space issue. And and that's something that you and I have not actually contended over, surprisingly enough.
What about a jealousy issue?
A jealousy issue? Yeah,
a jealousy issue. Like if one person in a relationship is constantly buying things for themselves with their own money and the other partner is just like, you know.
I think that's really sad. I think that's a miserable place to be. That if you were in a relationship with someone who is spending their own money on things to make them happy, first of all, I think that, hypothetically, if you and I had a relationship like that, I think I would be going out of my way to be the one to purchase something for you like that, that I think would make you happy, because I see what makes you happy and I want to be a part of that. I want to be included in that experience of you having something that makes you really happy.
You know, I'm so glad you talked about comfort, because I still have a pair of Old Navy painter's jeans from high school that have tears and doodles all over them.
And you don't wear them?
Again, haven't worn those probably in at least 20, 25 years.
Will they fall apart if you do?
No.
But you should wear them.
I mean, and I hung on to them because they were comfortable. Mm-hmm. See, like, especially when it comes to jeans, I would wear jeans until they fell apart, literally just like disintegrated off of my body. Mm-hmm. Because if I bought jeans and I wore them more than a couple of times, that means that the fabric itself was comfortable on my skin.
Yeah.
I'm very particular because a lot of clothing that I've bought over the years irritates my skin. It just makes me itchy and uncomfortable. And it's just like I remember buying 2 or 3 pairs of jeans from Walmart one time. They were brand new, $10 each. I'm like, $10 each? It's amazing. But they were so incredibly thick.
Yeah.
And the denim was just very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I didn't like the way they looked. I didn't like the way they felt. And I'm like, oh, donation bin. Whereas any pair of jeans I've spent a fair amount on,
Mm-hmm.
I've worn and washed and worn and like especially the most comfortable and best fitting ones always seem to, disintegrate a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's the point in spending all that money? Oh, that's how they get you. It's gotta be,
I think I still have those Guess boots in that trunk too. That's another pair that I can't get rid of. I got them on clearance at Guess. They were on clearance for $107. And I got them. And let me tell you, they are wildly uncomfortable.
You need look no further than right around this room. Hanging directly below our ceiling on the walls is a bunch of old T-shirts that I just couldn't get rid of.
My blanket over there.
Yeah, I wish
that's what I did in 2020.
I wish I'd done something like that.
That's how I spent 2020, making that fucking blanket.
So for those listening who don't know, my wife took a bunch of band T-shirts and
I basically made a quilt out of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I cut all the designs out of mine, framed them, and hung them up on the wall.
Yeah.
So, and I still have, drawers upon drawers more.
And this is not a problem. We don't have
with us. It's not.
We don't have problems. No. None of this is a problem.
For those of our pasts, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's why they're in the past. They just don't get it. So when my new shoes show up,
I was just thinking of all those years I wasted collecting stamps.
So when my new shoes show up, what are you going to end up buying yourself?
No, I've already done that enough.
Yeah.
Listen, I honestly want to believe that this last guitar purchase is the be all end all. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast or not yet, but I purchased a guitar from the private collection of my favorite guitar player in the world ever, bar none. It's got a certificate of authenticity. It's got all his sweat and his grime and his, all case.
The cracks.
Like, it's full of pressure cracks.
Full of them.
And I met this guy. I met him in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought one of his shirts. And one of the other bands was making fun of me for buying one of his shirts. I'm like, you guys are on the same tour. Like, why are you and he stood up for me.
Yeah.
He actually told this guy to fuck off because, he cares about his fans. And
that's lovely.
It was so fucking surreal. And we only got to sit there and talk to each other for 5-10 minutes, but I bought one of his guitars.
Mm-hmm.
And so if nothing else, the guitars, you could get rid of any of the other guitars in this house. I have to keep my Flying V.
Yes.
I have to keep this.
Yes.
And I'd like, if possible, to hang on to John's Explorer.
Well, obviously.
But all the other ones, I could live without. Could absolutely live without.
Well, we'll say years to come.
The count is currently 86. Lifetime is 86. In the house currently, between the two of us, 20.
Do I start keeping track of my shoes?
I mean, if you want.
Oh God.
And for those of you, we have cameras in the house, so don't think you're getting in here and getting out alive with any guitars or shoes. This dog will turn beast mode real quick.
She will. Look at her go now.
Cameras, guns are trained at the ready. Lightsabers are hanging from the ceiling.
This was a fun
It's like
one.
Electric Avenue.
It was boogie woogie.
Are we narrowing it down?
We're closing in. Yeah, we're winding down, I think. And but this was fun. This was a fun talk.
See, the funny thing is that before we started doing this podcast, you and I would do this on the regular.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we were just dating, we would sit around and we would just talk for hours.
Yeah. We're good at that.
We never run out of things to talk about.
No.
We never stop smiling at each other. You used to put on my post office hat and drink a glass of wine.
Yep.
Ugh.
Are you happy?
I'm congested.
But are you happy? Are you going into 37 with a smile on your face?
Oh yeah, it is my birthday in a few hours.
It is.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I used to like birthdays a lot. I used to look forward to the parties and the cakes and the family and the presents and the festivities that go along with it.
Not anymore, huh?
No, I'm not going to say not anymore. I'm going to say that, in recent years, it's kind of, I get that feeling like you're not supposed to be excited about it because you get to be an adult and it's like Christmas. It's supposedly more for kids. All right. That's a preconceived notion that I have then.
Try and stop me from getting excited about my birthday.
Like the last couple of years, I've said to myself, like, do I say anything at work? Is anybody going to care? Like, I'll get a couple of, fake happy birthdays, a couple of genuine ones, but like ultimately it's not going to change anything.
I got a little half-hearted happy birthday from most of the people I work with, and everybody filled out a card for me that I still haven't been given.
Like if there's no surprises tomorrow, then I'm going to look at this past Saturday night and think like that was awesome. Because for those who don't know, I took you to the arcade.
Yeah.
I won you some stuffed fat pants.
Yeah. It's a good time.
DJ Fat Pants. we had some Kerrang.
You had some Karaji.
Karaji, yeah. We tried to play pool, but there was an hour wait.
Yeah.
You got your pinball?
I got like one round of pinball.
Listen, the pinball I was telling you about, the tabletop that I used to have, I would play that. It wasn't even like extravagant or anything. It's literally like this big.
Yeah.
And I would play that thing for hours.
Yeah.
Hours.
I used to do that with this triangle game that's in the other room. I'll have to show you that thing.
I remember being little and going to the Sandy Hook Diner, and at the entrance they had like those puzzle games, like not just tic-tac-toe, but they had the ones with like the colored pins, and it was like in a wooden block, and you had to like, and then they had like the metal ring ones too, like we saw at the tavern when we went out on Halloween. Oh, life before electronic devices.
Yeah. Life pre-podcast. But anyway, this was a good talk. Did you have a good time? Did you have a good time?
I'm not done yet.
Well, save it for the next one.
All right.
Rest your hands and face. Get better, and don't be ill no mo. And
yes, this was a good talk.
It was. Thank you out there in podcast land for listening. In podcast land for listening to that talking podcast. You can find us on social media, DT Andy and JJ Star with 2 R's. Thank you, Andy, for the theme song. I'm very excited to go into season 2 and hear what's up. Here's
a little sneak peek. Tax Collectors and Harlots will be re-recording our theme song
for the premiere of season 2, I hope.
I mean, we're gonna get working on it. I don't know when when it'll be, how long it'll take, or what, but the guys have agreed to give it the old college try.
Thanks, boys. And yes, but thank you for our theme song.
Thank you.
Thank me.
Thank you for conceiving this podcast.
It's been fun, right?
And
we've got year 1 almost in the bag.
Thank you for looking so good in some of those shoes.
Well, to put on a couple of pairs for you tonight.
Tomorrow.
And yeah, so good stuff. Anything to plug?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you got?
Guess who's going back to Rat's Nest?
That would be you.
Tax Collectors and Harlots.
Yeah. It's in August.
It's all squared away.
But it will be happening.
We got the Cobra Wrestling Show in Hartford in April.
Cool.
The list of dates is on James's social media, but I'll get confirmations at some point.
Cool.
And we're in the process of booking more. Anybody who's listening, if you would like to put us on your show, book us at your venue, anything along those lines. If you want to do a show with us, we'd love to talk to your booking agent.
What's the social for that?
My cell phone number.
For your band, fool.
We are Tax Collectors and Harlots on Facebook. We are Tax Collectors and Harlots on Instagram. We don't have a TikTok yet. That's basically all just through my TikTok, which is downtown_Andy. And for us, our socials, please, if you would.
I did that.
All of them?
Yeah.
Already?
Yes.
God,
You slept right through it, huh?
Getting old sucks.
But go to our website, thattalkingpodcast.buzzsprout.com, and send us a text. Let us know what you want to talk about, what you want to hear us talk about, and if you want to be a part of the conversation.
Have we made it to any new countries, any new continents, anything? No?
Well, actually, since the last time I announced it, we have actually. We're in Australia now. Yeah, just like that. So we're on 5 continents now.
And that is because I said last time that we were not at Australia yet.
Well, you can't say that no mo. And thank you, everyone, everywhere. We're going to put a lid on it from the 3 of us at That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Star.
And I'm Coughing Eddie.
We'll talk to you later.